Hello and welcome to Parents Guide to Games. My name is Stefan. If you please like, share, and subscribe. Here are the games coming up October 12th, 2021. First game on our list is Back 4 Blood. This is coming on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC. The rating is mature. The content descriptions: intense violence, blood and gore, strong language, and drug references. Back 4 Blood is a thrilling, cooperative first-person shooter from the creators of the critically acclaimed Left 4 Dead franchise. You are at the center of war against the Ridden. These once human hosts of a deadly parasite have turned into terrifying creatures bent on devouring what remains of civilization. With humanity's extinction on the line, it's up to you and your friends to take the fight to the enemy, eradicate the Ridden, and reclaim the world. Swear words appear in the game. The next game on our list is Dungeon Encounters. This is coming on PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. The rating is everyone 10 and up. The content descriptions: fantasy violence, mild blood, mild suggestive themes. This is a role-playing game in which players explore dungeons to search for treasure. As characters move around the grid-based maps, they engage in turn-based battles with fantasy enemies. Players select melee moves, spells from a menu as they attempt to deplete enemies' health meters and hit points. A handful of enemy objects are depicted with a small bloodstain and splatters. Some female creatures are designed with deep cleavage or partially exposed breasts. The word hell appears in the game. Now let's take a look at the Jackbox Party Pack 8. This comes on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, and PC. The rating is teen. The content descriptions: fantasy violence, sexual themes, drug references, and mild language. This is the 8th installment of a beloved Jackbox Party Pack franchise this year. 5 hilarious new games will engage your next game night, holiday party, happy hour, or video call. No extra controllers needed. Players use their phones or tablets to play along. Got a bigger group? Play with up to 10 players, up to 10,000 audience members. Now let's take a look at Riftbreaker. This is coming on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC. The rating is teen. The content descriptions: blood and gore and violence. This is a real-time strategy game in which players assume the role of a scientist commando piloting a mech suit in an alien world. From a top-down perspective, players gather resources, construct bases, research craft and new equipment, and battle incoming waves of small alien creatures. Players use machine guns, rocket launchers, and laser blasters to kill hordes of aliens. Battles are frantic, accompanied by realistic gunfire, cries of pain, explosions, and screen-shaking effects. Damage to creatures include blood splatter effects that remain on the ground and frequent dismemberment, although the alien body parts are generally small and difficult to discern. Now we're going to dive into Crysis Remastered Trilogy. This is coming on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, and PC. The rating is mature. The content descriptions: blood, strong language, and violence. This is a first-person shooter in which players assume the role of Prophet, a super soldier battling an evil corporation intent on global domination. Players use handguns, machine guns, rocket launchers, and futuristic weapons to kill enemy soldiers and alien creatures. Battles are frantic, with realistic gunfire, screams of pain, large explosions. Players can also perform close-up stealth attacks to dispatch enemies discreetly. Enemies can emit large splashes of blood when shot or killed. Large bloodstains are depicted in some environments. Swear words can be heard in the dialogue. The next game on our list is Demon Slayer. This is coming on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, and PC. The rating is teen. The content descriptions: blood and gore, language, and violence. This is an adventure game based on the anime series in which players assume the role of a demon slayer battling evil and searching for a cure to save his sister. From a third-person's perspective, players engage in frantic sword fights with various demon characters. Graphics are somewhat stylized, and battles are highlighted by impact sounds, cries of pain, and blood splatter effects. Finishing moves generally result in quick splatters of blood bursting from the opponent's neck. One cutscene depicts a demon getting decapitated and then continuing to talk with the character. Another sequence depicts a severed arm and eyeball, both used as clues. Swear words appear in the game. And the last game on today's list is NHL 22. This is coming on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. The rating is everyone 10 and up. The content descriptions: mild violence. This is a hockey simulation game. Players can select from teams from NHL rosters and play realistic depicted games of hockey. During the course of each match, players may initiate brief fistfights. The perspective switch to isolated 2 players throwing punches and grabbing one another until the fight is broken up. Thank you to bensound.com for the music track. Please follow Parents Guide to Games on YouTube at Parents Guide to Games, on Facebook at Parents Guide to Games, on Twitter at ParentsG2G, and email any questions or concerns at parentsg2g@gmail.com. And always, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.